Good afternoon, everyone. Lemister's back, a little early, because I'd like to talk about some things that happen around the stream that are, well, they're good. So, even though it was one stream late, as no surprise, I got the 50 followers. And I'm happy about that. It's a milestone that, well, I'm more than happy with. Just having 50. But we are going to continue to grow. As you can tell, I'm now rooting for 80. I think I can do 80. Because I looked at my analytics. First month. Well, in the last 30 days, I should say. Streaming a little over that. I got 29 followers. I'm now 29 away. I think we can make it. I'm happy to see that I'm more, and I know this is a step toward affiliate. Something I really am shooting for. Really am shooting for that affiliate goal. Honestly, though, I just want to keep the follower count good and up there. I just want to make a place where people can feel like they're legitimately at their own home. And even though I'm not the most family-friendly place in the world, I would be the first to admit that. Like, and I do kind of encourage an 18+ behavior. I mean, this is not going to be your typical, family, but it is one regardless. And again, I just, more than anything, just want this stream to grow. Just have people come in, shoot the shit, have fun. On that note, Catherine, thank you for that follow. Welcome aboard. But enough talking, enough heartfelt stuff. It's hard for you to do this for more than even, say, 5 minutes. Let's get to why you're partially here, at least. And that's to play some Satisfactory. Well, for me to play some Satisfactory. And as some of you know that have been here for a while, I'm okay with quality of life tips. I just don't want things given to me like, hey, you could find this particular resource node here, or hey, I mean, if I missed something, like, it's like, I think I just saw a power slug, shout that out. Like, if it's on screen and you saw it, it's like, I may have found a power slug. Go for it. But I don't want people, like, looking up stuff. It's like, oh, you can just do this here. It's got everything else set for you. No. Nothing like that much, but feel free to kind of make yourself a little part of this game as I'm playing it. So, phase 3, we're not going to worry about too much, because those materials, we got to start automating a few more things, I believe. We got to automate the AI limiters. I feel like for now, I'm automating enough rubber and plastic, and that's giving me fuel from the heavy oil residue that generates another 500 megawatts of power. I dislike how the sunset happens and the screen goes red for like 5-10 seconds, but it must have something to do with maybe one of the moons rotating around me or something like that. I don't know, but that's something I might have to look up later on after I'm done this game. So yeah, as you can see, modular engines, I need to make 500 of them. And I do automatically make the motors. I do automatically make the rubber, but that's 7,500. I do not make that much very quickly. I might have 7,500 by the end of the stream. The smart plating, I think I already have that automating over here. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, I think that's automating all by itself. Yep. And how much more do I have in here? Yeah. So, I got the 1,000 smart plating ready for the modular engines. I probably have the 1,000 motors. So all we got to really worry about is that 7,500 rubber. That's just going to be a matter of time. So the modular engines are close to already done. I'm going to edit the to-do list. Whoop. Better go here. And, no, not that. No, I need to go, no, I got to go into O. What's that other part name that I just got? The adaptive control unit. Yeah, so you see, I got to make automated wirings. It's only going to put one up there. I forgot how I did it. The modular engine. You can put like a number. You can just probably edit right here. Yep, that's what it is. Alright. So circuit boards, I don't even know if I make those yet. I can't even make those yet. Circuit boards, oh, right here. Plastic is copper sheets. I can slowly start making that. In fact, hold on a second, actually. I don't hear my game in my headset. Give me 1 minute, please. Where is it? No, I should be hearing it. If anyone's there, can you hear the game? It's nuts. I mean, the music's kind of, I know, louder than it. I understand that. Maybe I'll turn up Satisfactory a little bit. But I have it set up to go to my headset. Maybe, let's see. Okay, never mind, I can hear it. I just needed to turn it up a little bit, my headset. If that ends up being a little too loud to Satisfactory sounds, please tell me. Because I did bump it up about 20%. Anyway. We have copper down here. There's copper there. Do we have any copper down here? Where's that pink? Oh, it's up here. I'm not against making another oil setup. It's more power generation. So, yeah, let's do that for now. And I will turn. Okay, that removes that for now. That's amazing. So, what do I need? Oil extractor, I only need one. Okay, seems like I got enough of that. Seems like refineries I need a bunch of. Okay, so I'm going to need a lot of motors. I'm going to need a lot of encased industrial beams. I might consider packagers this time to get packaged fuel for the jetpack that I have. Okay, so let's just start with encased industrial beams. I'm gonna take a couple hundred of those. I just realized I got a power slug on me. I should put away. Let's take a little bit excess motors. 150 should be more than sufficient. Also, with the addition of rubber and plastic here, I'm happy to say, well, we've completed the third floor of my super amazing storage units that automatically fill themselves in. So, let's head on over. I am happy, I'm super happy I finally made this hypertube. Give me a little bit of chance to always relax my hands, maybe take a sip of coffee. Alright, this was the long trip. This is gonna be a little confusing. I have to kind of go sideways here. Because if I don't, you're gonna see this belt flash in and out a million times. It's kind of flashy as it is. But yeah, if I get too close, you see, it gets a little weird. But, I mean, it's fine. It's moving super fast, but you see how that could make people maybe dizzy. Alright. So this is the one I have made. It's making half rubber, half plastic. And it's perfectly... It just ends up being perfectly 60 cubic meters per minute. Goes perfectly into 2... Oh, that's loud. I can definitely hear that. Alright. Let me put this sound back down for you guys a little bit, because that's even overshadowing the music at this point. I mean, it's still going to, but it's not going to as much. Okay. And it fits perfectly into those, giving me another 500 megawatts of energy, which it seems like I'm always needing. Not so much nowadays, but... So, where is crude oil? From here. 110 away, 167. That's a lot of room. Oh, this is a lot. Oh, if the spitter doesn't find me right away, then I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Oh, this is a big boy bee thing. Spitters are probably going to find me here. That's super annoying. I probably can't hear that. But... Oh, that's only a small little... Those are 2 small little spitters. Should be able to take those both on myself easily. But there's a person passing by the road, and they were on a motorcycle. They're loud. The music was just super loud. I forgot to close down a window for the sound. I apologize as I close that down. Which way do I want to put this? I can go pretty much any direction I want, really. I might as well just take this area. I'll just go over this way. Yeah. I'll just go this way with it. That sounds good enough. I do need to bring power over here. So let's make sure that happens. So, by accident, I was watching one of my closer friends on Twitch here, Scottish Moon, as they were streaming Satisfactory. By the way, as I bring up their name. Good time to just do that for them. They play a lot of Satisfactory and Phasmophobia. I accidentally learned how to tame lizard doggos. Wasn't their fault. I was watching. I didn't think something could get spoiled. I spoiled myself. I was watching their stream thinking, hey, they're not going to say much that I don't already know. And then, well, this happened. I found this out. I had a feeling that their food of choice was the berries. I thought having it in my hand would have been good enough, but it wasn't. Pale berry. Doggo with long name. Well, you might have to help me fight a spitter there soon, buddy. We'll name you. It's the first name I can think of, Arcania. I'm a big fan of old school arcades. Arcania. It's a female. This lizard dog is a female. I'm assuming it's gender. I'm sorry. Alright. So the reason I use 4-meter foundation is because I know when I build, I want the first floor to always feel like, you know, it can actually, you know, carry its legitimate own weight on things. And also, I like it when it goes into the ground perfectly, which is why I need to take that one away that I forgot to do. All right. So that's 240 cubic meters a minute. Wait, was this a pure and that wasn't? Is this one pure? And I didn't realize it? It is pure. That one's pure. Was this one a normal? I guess this one was a normal. I didn't know there were 4 here. I thought there were just 3. Well, more for me to use. So, that recipe for the circuit plate, I believe it was called. Circuit board. Wires plastic, wires copper. One thing I'm going to redo is I'm going to redo, later on after I do this, I'm going to redo the belt over here. Because it's giving me problems looking at the game when I have the belt on top of the hypertube. I thought it was like, oh, I'm saving space, it's going to look awesome. Then I go into the hypertube, it's like, no, this looks awful. Alright, so that's just crude oil coming out. I think I want to make this almost all plastic, believe it or not. I may still make rubber out of it. I may send it over to the other place so it combines. But I need refineries. Okay, I need more room for the refineries. So refinery number 1. Let's go this way. Give it some room. Is that enough room? That's still off, but this is why I picked this way. I can just keep expanding. So 6. I don't have power over here. Completely forgot about that. That seems a little important. Yeah, and I'm gonna put it, it's gonna be over the water a little bit, but that's fine. If you can't tell what I'm looking down at, if you look at the bottom of the screen, I'm switching hotkey inventories really quick so I can get to this. Creature is in the way. Lizard, doggo, Arcania. If we're gonna name it, I should use this name. Okay, so it's halfway on that. Okay, so that's the proportion. So that's it even. Send the power lines over. There we go. Now we have power over here. Do I have Mark IIIs? I don't yet. Did I forget to research it? Or am I just being dumb? I probably forgot to research it this time. I usually think I'm doing something dumb. Alright, so that should be pumping oil. Wonderful. Yep. Is it going into the pipe? It is going into the pipe. Okay. So, I need to look up crude oil to see what recipes it can be turned into by itself. Oh, just straight up fuel and polymer resin, which is something I do need. And it uses 60 per minute. Plastic uses 30. I can send the polymer resin over, but I can't put it on the same belt, which is a little unfortunate. Alright, but that's not a problem. I just put a belt right next to it. It's going to be a long, long belt, but Zill's put it right next to it. Alright, so I need the plastic. I need to do plastic no matter what. I can at least set it to it. Hey, Moon. That diamond's looking good on ya. I figured if anyone deserved the first one, it would have to be you. And even if you didn't deserve it, I wanted to give it to you anyway. Hey, you're the reason I can even give out diamonds this early in the first place anyway. We both, again, we always talk about it in private. We both know I was going to be able to hand out VIPs anyway. But you have to admit, you're the reason I got a... You're a big reason why I got it as soon as I did. A little later than I would like, but yes, I did. That goal, even though I didn't mention it, was for the end of last month, and I was one short. I'm still happy being just one short, mind you. Just getting that close to a goal, it's like I didn't think I was gonna be that close in that amount of time. Thank you. You know, Moon, you make it fucking tough to compliment me sometimes, you know. Like, Harry, I'm trying to say you're an awesome person, and then you're just like, no, you're more awesome. You're more awesome. I'm like, shut up. You know, in a good way, of course. It's like, here I am, telling everyone Moon's an awesome person, and she's like, fuck you, you're awesome. What am I supposed to do? Okay, so... But what I am going to do in this game, at least... I'm going to do this. One thing I enjoy is that... And I see people playing this game longer than me not knowing you can junction through a pipe like this and then lock it on perfectly, like so. I have no choice, man. I have to accept it now, don't I? And that is something that is tough for me. I'll put it that way. It's tough. It's tough for me to accept a wholehearted compliment. It just really is. I thought I was going to say more than that, but no, that's just end of sentence. It's just, hard for me to accept some compliments. I used to never take compliments, ever. I used to not like getting them. I always thought, making myself not feel bad, but, say I could be better all the time, gave me this inspiration for improvement. And don't get me wrong, it does. Saying, for example, like, we both know Pash, and she's a better singer than we both are, and she deserves it because she took classes for 20 goddamn years. And she deserves it. And if she says it's unfair, it's like, it's unfair to compare us to, say, her. I'm like, no, not really. I mean, it gives me inspiration. It gives me personal inspiration to be like, hey, I could be at Pash's ability one day. I could be. It's like, maybe, and I mean, it's a long-term goal. I'm not going to pull that one overnight. Let's face facts. But I'm like, give me 20 years, I could be that good. I could absolutely be that good in 20 years. But then in 20 years, she'll be 20 years better. But that'd be unfair to say I can catch up to her. No, that's unfair. But to say I could be as good as she's singing now one day, even though it would take decades, I think I could do it. So these aren't running because I forgot to give it power like a smart little brainiac I am. So let's get a power pole here. That can be interfering with my pipe. It will be a little bit, so I'll put it here. Okay, so those are producing the residue and the plastic. Good. Well, she also says she's a mass hole as well. So it must just be a Massachusetts thing. I wouldn't be shocked if it is. People do underestimate sometimes how big the United States really is. Because we have states that are larger than, say, England. We have states, singular states, that are bigger than countries. And that's why, there's a bunch of different cultures in our country. And like 50 different accents. And probably 50 different mindsets as well. And I guess the thing in Massachusetts is that we don't take compliments well. Or, we criticize ourselves to see how we can improve. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. Yeah, and I've heard at least 3 of them that I could tell. Just from Scotland alone. And I don't think Scotland's any bigger than England. I mean, it might be. Like I said, I'm familiar where Scotland is, geography-wise. I sometimes don't remember exactly what shape it is. I'm not a huge geography kind of guy. But I'm going to presume you're not any bigger than England. Yeah, I had a feeling that by land mass it was smaller. But then you got a place like India. Again, we have one state that's larger than all of India, and India has almost 2 billion people. Just imagine all the potential accents there. I mean, not to get a little off track, even though I am. So, let's do this. I want to get these spitters the hell out of here. Is my doggo dead? Did Arcania die? They may have died. Yep. Okay. London alone has that. Yeah, New York City, Los Angeles, they have that as well. They have more than that. I think New York City alone is almost triple Scotland at that point then. Triple, I believe, is accurate. Alright, so where am I going to merge? Where's the best place to merge this belt? Where it costs the least amount of resources. Is this just a straight ahead deal? No, it's not. I'm going to have to cut through here. I do not want to cut through here. You know what? I need to deal with these spitters, and I don't want to melee them. I finally found a limit where I'm like, no, I'm not going to melee this. Let's go actually, for once. You're going to laugh at this, Moon. I'm going to make myself a rebar gun for the first time. Also, as you can tell, that's not attractive, that belt above there. I mean, this is the best angle I have. Unfortunately. Because if I go up top, again, if you got visual problems, look away, but yeah, I mean, that doesn't look like the worst but then the belt goes away, then reappears, because it's not, yeah, so I'm going to remake this as well. I was wanting to pull that one off. Just jetpack into the next pipe.